We are about 1 minute past, so we will go ahead and get started. We are recording this session, so you will receive a follow-up email and a copy of the recording link for you to go back and watch. Thank you all for being here. I'm Tony Bramley. I'm with the Mortgage Collaborative. You are on TMC's Connect, and today we have Ben Treadway with us. Round of applause for Ben. Yay!
What's up?
Ben's with Social Coach, and he is going to be talking about your game plan, your social media for 2026, trying to get us all ready to go for the new year, which is only like what, 40, I think Christmas was like what, 39 days away or something like that. It's yeah, it's crazy. So
Hot on our
anyway,
heels.
yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and I will hand it over to you, Ben.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna pop my screen on and get this all shared, and kind of go through what we'll be talking about today. Let me present this. Share, and we'll get going. As you can see, we are already fully decked out for Christmas. In this home, we don't wait around. Funny story, actually, and it kind of talks into social media. So my wife actually is recruited by companies because of her social media, and they send us a Christmas tree every year, and they want her to post about it. So we do Christmas early here, specifically for social media content. If that wasn't the case, we'd probably still have Halloween up, but my wife's done a good job of staying consistent on her social media and posting all the time. And companies send us free stuff, which I will never complain about. So anyways, what I wanted to do today, and are we able to see this? I just want to make sure. I'm not sure if you're able to see this, Tony, Melanie, my screen.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, cool. So what we're going to go over today is really like how to help your salespeople, your company get seen more, or even yourself, right? To get seen more on social media heading into the new year. I think it's easy to just say, hey, like I'm going to do what I've always been doing. And if it's been working for you, great. But there might be some things that you can tweak, some things you can change. At the same time, if you aren't doing anything, if you're not helping the sales team or your LOs out, there's definitely some things that we need to start doing. So we'll talk through just kind of what to do on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and on a monthly basis to really see some success heading into the new year. Okay. First and foremost, why social media matters more than ever. I think it's clear now that I think the number's probably higher than this. Probably 100% of home buyers start their home buying search process online. So they're jumping on, and they're, unfortunately for all of us, they're jumping straight to your competitor's website, right? Redfin or Zillow, whatever it is. Like they're doing their home searches directly on your competitor's website, if you think about it, right? A lot of these companies have started to buy up these home search sites so they can get them early, right? Which means you got to get them even earlier. And so they're all starting their home search process online. And so as they're getting interested, as these home buyers are getting interested in buying homes, we want to get in and start providing information that will help them with their home buying process. So when they're online, what type of information are they seeing? Well, they're seeing speculation. They're seeing rates being thrown around. A lot of loan officers are talking about, what's going on in the market. And there's so much information out there. Some of it's wrong information. Some of it's speculation. Every loan officer I talk to gets a headache when realtors start talking about payment information and rates and stuff like that. It's like, okay, they don't have the full picture. And so it's important to know what type of information is already out there. I think the new craze is this 50-year mortgage, right? I'm sure everyone's heard about that. Drop your opinion about this 50-year mortgage in the chat. I want to let's get some thoughts around that. I think there's it's kind of been the craze now, and I've seen a lot of people get lots and lots of views off of talking about this 50-year mortgage that's going around. It's definitely one of those things that, hey, does it create a more affordable home buying process? I don't know. And so there's a lot of loan officers talking about it, and it's a great topic to talk about. But it's a lot of speculation because it's not here yet, right? There's a lot of talking about it, and it's hard to control that. But what we want to do is just simply educate about that, right? So 50 years compared to 30 years, the cool thing is you can still choose the 30-year, right? Like, it doesn't matter like if there is a 50-year, because there's a 15-year mortgage and people still choose 30 and people still choose 15. So it's how we kind of talk about the information, and start utilizing social media to educate. And we'll talk about that in a second. I think that the other thing that social media does is it provides this referral pipeline that you guys and your team can start to unleash. What I mean by that is use social media to drive referral business. And I think a lot of people, there's missed opportunities here that we'll talk about in just a second, but there's a ton of missed opportunities around referrals in social media. The nice thing is you actually have a full list for every single person that likes and comments and shares your content. You can see every single person that liked your post. And so that's your list, right? Go off of that list and really start to see where things are at. And then you can utilize your social media as a referral pipeline to start driving more business. And so your loan officers can start to do the same thing, right? If you're controlling the corporate post, highlighting people and collaborating with people is a massive piece here. So this is why social media matters. There's so much out there. No longer, we call it the F word. No one wants to see flyers anymore. That's the F word. We don't talk about flyers. No one cares about flyers. It's really just firewood at this point. I just throw it in the fire pit and light it up. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm going straight to social media for the majority of my information. And one thing that I do, and this kind of talks about the referral process. And actually, I'm going to save that for just a second. So let's jump into it. Flyer is the new F word. Yep. So daily actions. Okay. So what should your loan officers be doing on a daily basis to see success? Okay. The first is daily posting. Now, this is already, I'm getting hard red flags here. Like, getting a loan officer to post every single day, certainly almost impossible. Trust me. You might have a few that are just like killers out there, but 98% of your loan officers probably won't post every single day. But if we change this daily posting to daily scrolling, they're already doing that, right? Every single person scrolls on social media, at least for a little bit every single day, which is okay. Like, we can start there. But if you're talking about daily posting, I'm not talking about a full-on reel or carousel every single day. I'm talking share a 10-second story. It goes away after 24 hours, but what you're doing is just saying, hey, I'm here, and you're helping to spread some awareness. Stories go away. Pictures are great, right? Sharing pictures, dropping polls on your stories, posting a reel. We want to start to get into this habit of trying to post every single day. We're seeing that if you're posting twice a week, you're in a good spot. Anything more is obviously beneficial. Anything less, one post a week, you're probably missing the mark there. But if you're posting twice a week or more, you start to see a ton of success there. I think the goal with that is post something, because it'd be hard to do educational videos every single day. But just post something a little bit about yourself, right? Talk about your morning, or talk about like going on a walk, or talk about, the hard call you just got off of, whatever it is. We want to make sure that we have these daily posts going out, or at least attempt to do so. Because if you shoot for 5 posts a week or 7 posts a week and you land at 2, you're still in a good spot, because 2 is kind of that goal. So try daily posting, and this is a hard push, especially in this industry. But this is a good place to start. The second thing is we want to start to do reactive engagement. So every time you do post, any like, any comment, or any engagement you get on your post needs to be reacted to, whether that be a thumbs up, whether that be a reply to the comment, whether that be a DM to someone that liked your post. We want to start to engage with every single reaction that you get with the content. And the faster you do that, the better. You have what LinkedIn calls the golden hour. So 60 minutes from the time you post to the 60 minutes later, LinkedIn says, if you get enough engagement, then we will continue to push your content. If you don't get enough engagement, you will taper off. And so we always thought that this algorithm was out there and that's what they were doing. LinkedIn just came out and straight up said it. Right? They said, if you get enough engagement in your first hour, we will help push your content. If you do not, it will just kind of plateau and then die, which is very interesting. And so what can you do? Anytime you get a like and you or a comment on your post within that first hour, if you engage with that post back and you start to add comments to those, then you will start to show this algorithm, at least on LinkedIn and probably on most other platforms, that you're here and you're ready to grow, and it will start to push your content. I've actually seen this myself. I did a post asking for and I'm curious what you guys would have to say. So drop it in the comments. Let's keep this going. In the comments, drop what your favorite go-to album is for road trips. If you got to go on a road trip, what go-to album are you going to put? I did a video about that while I was on a road trip. And within the first hour, I had a bunch of comments and I tried to comment back on each one. And every time I refreshed the page, I had an extra 200 views. And I went for that first hour, I went from 1 to 10 views, and it has now over 2,500 views. And I just tried everything I could to engage with that content, engage with the reactions to that content, and build that out. So that was a really fun video to kind of test. And we do a lot of our own like personal tests to figure out like what's working. But that reactive engagement within the first hour, really, really important there. Third thing is to check for trending content. Every single day as you're scrolling, make a note or save the videos that you see of trending content that you want to recreate. I think it's really important here. Algorithms go off trends. And if you see a trend that you like, record that and then like send an email to all your salespeople and be like, hey guys, try this trend. It'll be really cool. We tried doing trends all the time. I don't know if it's been posted yet, but on Monday we did the trend where it was like anything but a cup. And so the entire social coach team, we were on our weekly call. And if you know Joe Wilson, our CEO, he was just leading the call. And every single one of us was drinking water out of a different vessel. Not a cup. I had like a spray bottle that I was spraying water in my mouth. We had like shoes. There was tomato cans, like anything but a cup. And we just tried it and had a lot of fun with it. But trying and finding different trending content will actually help push your content even further. So check that out. And you can find that stuff every single day. One thing here, the 7-second fillers, for someone trying to post every single day, I saw an article that studied top creators that were employees at TikTok and Instagram. So creators that were just posting consistently, and they followed these creators for months. And what they found is a lot of the people's content is just regurgitation of 7-second clips of videos they've done in the past. And what they do is they just slap some words over the top of it. And they use that as their filler content throughout the week. They just grab 7 or 8-second clips and they, remove all the volume from it and they put words over the top of it and then music and they post it. And that's like a really good way to keep that trending content going, seeing what worked in the past and then applying that to your post. And that would help in that daily posting there. Lastly is proactive engagement. Right here, the bottom piece here, we want to become 5 Mile famous. This is a hyper local industry. Loan officers need to be famous in their area. Yes, they're probably licensed in other states, but if they live in Nebraska, they're probably getting a majority of their business from Nebraska, right? And so if they become 5 Mile famous, this is the goal, right? So if you take anything from this and you want to give it to your loan officers, I'd say that's it, right? Overall, you want to become 5 Mile famous. Now, how do you get that? engagement, posting, reacting, collaborating, all these different things, right? But proactive engagement gets you engaging with other people, taking 20 minutes a day and liking and sharing other people's contents. We want to proactively go find people and engage with their content. Okay. That's what we're talking about with proactive engagement. Really, the goal, ultimate goal here is becoming 5 Mile famous. I want people in my 5 mile radius to know I am the loan officer to go to in my neighborhood. And if you do that, you're in a really good spot. And there's a lot of ways to do it, but that's the goal, right? Because this is such a local business that if you have that radius, you'll always have business, right? Unless you're like, there's no one around you in 5 miles. Let's expand that to 50 mile, right? Whatever it is. Last thing, don't post and ghost. I'm just going to leave it at that. If you post or your loan officers are posting and then they don't do anything for a week, it doesn't help them at all. Posting and ghosting is the cardinal sin. It happens to everyone. You post and then you leave your post and you never engage again. You never talk to people again. It's like the cardinal sin, and we don't want to do that. Okay. All right. No one dropped their go-to album in the chat. That's all right. I always try to improve my music taste. Anyways, all right. So weekly habits. What should we do on a weekly basis? So this is as we start to get into, for loan officers, what should they be doing, and for admins or for marketing people, what should you guys be doing on a weekly basis? We should be creating or coming up with ideas for 3 to 5 short videos every single week. Now, there's so much different type of content you could be putting out. Educational content. You could be putting out content specific to products or services that you provide. You could be doing Q&As. You could really break this down a ton. But really, when it comes down to it, you want to come up with 3 to 5 new ideas every single week. And as a marketing admin, I know we have a lot on here. If you guys are sitting there as a marketing team and coming up with 3 to 5 new ideas for content every single week, by the end of the year, you have hundreds of ideas that you can now share across the board. And I know you're not going to create like images and scripts for all 5 of those, but it just helps to create. And so take an hour on a weekly basis, sit down and say, okay, what type of content should we put on social media this week, right? On top of that, we want to have some professional collaboration. So now we're taking it to that loan officer level. Help them not live on an island. Sometimes you feel alone in this industry. Like, yeah, I have my company that's here to support me, but I'm trying to take this on my own. That's not great. Go out and find new new relationships and activate the relationships you're currently in. Reach out to, like, have your loan officers reach out to their real estate agents or their referral partners. I had a really good video come from a loan officer we were working with. He found this local like dump company that was also doing local moves. So they were helping people like get rid of all their junk. And then they also came back and then loaded up their trucks and moved them to their new house. And he did a video with this company, and that has become a referral source for him. So he works with this dump company, this trash company, and it's also a local moving company. And he does videos all the time with them. And that's a really powerful tool. Having your LOs go and find relationships that are kind of out of the box and start those relationships, but also keep active relationships and start collaborating with your referral partners. So finding ways to engage and keep those relationships moving. If you have if your loan officers have a set group of agents, I always ask the question, do you think that those agents send all 100% of their deals to you? Probably not, right? And how can you get that to happen? Well, help their business, provide them leads, provide them marketing with social media, and that comes from professional collaboration. One other thing that I think that each company, so this is something that the marketing team, you might need to go and recruit someone like a CEO or whoever it is, right? An executive at the company to do this, but do 30-minute or 20-minute Instagram lives. I think that this is a really powerful tool that companies can use and loan officers can use, both sides. But you guys are running corporate pages. Marketing teams are running corporate pages. Take 20 minutes and do LinkedIn lives or Instagram lives or Facebook lives on a weekly basis and just give updates, right? Talk about what's happening in the market. Talk about this 50-year mortgage, right? And so you might, as you might be sitting there as a marketing person going, I don't know too much. Like I know about the industry, but it might be worth going to your executive team or going to your sales team and saying, hey, can we highlight a loan officer and have them do an Instagram live on our Instagram pages? These Instagram lives, these LinkedIn lives are big time. You might only get like 2 people that like jump on, but over time you start to grow these out and then people expect them. There's one loan officer I can think of. His motto is "Got Mortgage," kind of like "Got Milk," but "Got Mortgage." His name's Abdel Kouatmi, out of New Jersey, I believe. Good friend of mine, and he does weekly Instagram lives, and he does it on the way home from the gym, and he just talks through what's going on in the market. And he does a really good job explaining everything on a LinkedIn or on an Instagram live, and he gets a ton of business from it. Really interesting. And if he doesn't do it, I always like text him. I'm like, dude, where's that Instagram live? Because I get my updates about the market from him. It's really a powerful tool. Last thing, this is like a massive tool here, customer testimonials. Have your loan officers get video testimonials over a written review. Start with that. Ask for a 30-second video of what that experience was working with that loan officer. And if they don't give it, you can default to that 5-star or that 5-star review. We need to make this shift to realizing that video content is going to be the source of so many referrals. And when I go to a new city and I type in what's the best restaurant around, I'm going to get a ton of video reviews from TikTok, right? But if I Google what's the best restaurant in Phoenix, Arizona, I'm going to get like Chili's and Applebee's because they're paying to show up in the rankings. So if you start using video content to get testimonials, you start to show up a little bit better on certain social platforms. This is a massive opportunity here. And if you've been doing video throughout the entire process, the customer testimonial videos will be very easy. Okay. Monthly analytics. Now, this is going to be a little bit more difficult when it comes to, well, not if you use Social Coach, but if you're trying to like figure out monthly analytics for your LOs, they would have to go in and look at it internally. Some platforms out there, not just Social Coach, but some platforms like Social Coach have the ability to look at these monthly analytics. We're actually spending a lot of time right now to improve these analytics, to get better analytics, not just on a kind of a broad reach, but a post level reach as well. So the monthly analytics, we just want to see what worked, what didn't work, and then plan the next month of content, right? Talk about what's coming up. Do we have open houses coming up? Do we have events coming up? What are we going to do to really tackle the social media strategy? So once a month, go to the first of the month, look at your analytics on your corporate pages and try to get your loan officers to look at their analytics so they can just see what worked and what didn't work. The big things we want to look for is watch time, shares, saves, and comments. We want to see these 4 things that's really driving engagement there. Okay. Hopefully we haven't lost everyone. I got a special offering for everyone at the end here. So where does Social Coach come in? We help with scripting ideas. We help with video content. We provide video editing. For our loan officers, you can get 8 professionally edited videos per month if they come in with a company. So if you guys sign up as a company, there's a different way to do it where you provide them certain videos, but we do a lot of different things when it comes to actually selling on social media. So, but the big thing is we have live editors that actually take your videos, make them look awesome, and then send it back to you. And then we track for compliance. So we're going to make sure that everything is compliant. We're going to make sure that everything is looking good. And then we also help with auto posting. And most recently, we've just released our version of what's called player cards. So think like digital business card, like a Blink or Popl. You can also get the same thing with Social Coach now. That's in our platform, as well as we also do one-to-one video messaging. similar to like a Loom or a Vidyard or a BombBomb, you can now send video messages from Social Coach. So we have a ton of different tools that are making it really easy for marketers and loan officers to start social selling rather than just automating social media. So this is kind of what it looks like typically when it comes to creating video content. This is the process that a lot of people go through. It takes a long time and a lot of effort. With Social Coach, we make it pretty simple. We just provide all the ideas. We provide the scripts. We provide the teleprompter. We just need you to record the video for 5 minutes, and then we edit the video, post the video, and we keep it going, right? But what we wanted to do is help everyone on this call. So we want to offer everyone here a 30-minute, well, it would be a call to review a social media audit. So what we would want to offer you guys is a breakdown of how things are going, like a snapshot of your loan officers. So the way that it works is if you sign up for one, I will go and I will look at 6 loan officers at random. I won't tell you who I'm choosing. I've chosen some really good ones. I've chosen some not so good ones. And we look at the past 30 days, right? We'll look at the past 30 days. How many posts have they done? How many videos have they done? What their engagement looks like across Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And then what we'll do is we'll present that data to you. And then we've done a lot of studies about what increasing social media looks like and how it actually affects volume. And so we'll actually look at the volume of those loan officers, and we'll say, if they were to increase their social media content, this is the ROI that you could potentially see if they're posting more. And so if you're interested in that, it's a free social media audit. Just go ahead and scan that QR code, schedule some time on my calendar, and then I'm happy to go through the result of that. It's a really cool way to see, like, without doing too much work on your end, what's going on at with social media. Are your loan officers posting? What are they posting? I'm not looking at this on a compliance perspective. I'm not trying to get you guys fined or anything. I just want to show you what the engagement looks like and how you can start to drive better results. So if you are interested, feel free to scan that, grab some time on my calendar. We'll run a quick audit for you guys, and then we'll go over that in a 30-minute call. I'll present you the data, and I'll present you some of our key takeaways, what we saw that works, what saw that maybe needs to improve, and then provide you with some ROI statistics that what it would look like if you guys started increasing your social media heading into the new year. So, but yeah, really appreciate the time. Thanks, Tony, for having me. We'd love to talk with you guys. If you ever need to get a hold of me, my email is pretty simple. It's you can schedule on that with that QR code, or I'm going to drop my email here in the chat. I know most of you guys on this call, so.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Ben. This was fantastic information. I love the golden hour. I love the 5 Mile Famous. I love the video. I got that. Do the videos. So
Yep.
thank you so much for all the information. Be sure and take that QR code and give Ben a call. Social Coach has been a great partner with the Mortgage Collaborative, and we really appreciate you guys. And on that, I hope everybody has a great rest of your week. And thank you for checking out TMC's Connect today. Thanks, Ben. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Same to you.
Bye.